Hey guys, this is Jeffrey, and I'm making spindles for yarn out of wood and a 1/2 inch dial. So I already got about 6 inches cut out of a bunch of these wooden dowels. That's going to be your spindle holder. Put the spindles on, and you need some penny nails. So that's what you need, and that's so far what I'm doing, and I'm still working on cleaning. I'm going to show you on 2 more CDs I got left over here how to clean them. This is really easy and simple. I got a little lunchbox container, putting all my trash into it, pulling the loose ends off before I put it in a screw going through the front to the back, just like that. I have another one that goes behind back here, and I got a nut goes on here, and after you tighten up the screw and the bolt, any hole saw will make these discs really easy. Doesn't matter what saw you're using, don't use paddle bits because they'll destroy the thing. And you take it, put it in the drill, and then you got to have a file, and this is how you do it. And take your time at this too, because it's a tedious task. And then after you get done, loosen up the chuck, pull it apart, and find any pieces that's kind of roughed out, and just throw them in the trash can. Take your adjustable wrench, take the bolt and the screwdriver, and loosen up the screw. And then after that, and see, there we go. Sorry, my camera's not the best. This is the tablet I'm recording off of, so I can do this project. So far, it's so far good. Now I'm going to reach up here to grab my wooden dowels. Oh, I need to bring this down here. So I have pulled out total of 4 of these wooden dowels. Okay, so what you need to have is a stepper bit or a pilot bit to make the hole for a 1/2 inch dial. And put it in the chuck. I'm actually going to use as a tainer is actually put the cutting into, and then you take it down to a 1/2 inch on this stepper bit I have, You stop, make sure there's no burrs you got to pick off or have to fix. And you take it to the other side of the disc and you go and do it and clean it up. Sorry, I have a dead drill almost. So far, you know. And then you take, after you get done drilling a 1/2-inch hole, you take a dial, wooden dial, and you take the stick, push it through the hole. If it's not going to go through the hole, like it was tight, but it's better to be tight, a little loose, but better to be kind of tight. So after you do that, you do the opposite for the next disc you got going on the same spindle. You got to have 2 for each spindle you make. And after you do all of them, you go and make your next 2 more, another spindle after another one. This is how I did my process of making my own homemade spindles. So this would be something I've done, and it works pretty well. I have a spindle that's made. I'll be out of the camera for a moment, or try not to be out of the camera. And I'm going to say this was not easy for my first try doing this. Guys. And this is what it's going to look like when you get done. This is about 5 inches for the gap between the 2 CDs, and then with the wooden dial you want to have it at 6 inches each one you cut, so you can have homemade spindles out of wood material or plastic. I got one that's made out of, I got plastic disc. So that is something right there you learn. So, you know, this is something that takes a lot of time, and the next video I'll be talking about how to make a homemade spindle holder or winder. There's 2 different videos I got to get that done. So I got to find all the parts for I'll make another one where people can find the parts easier online or out in the store or something. And then I'll have another electric thing I have, and I have outlets that's actually pre-made. I made them. I'm not an electrician. This is how I put stuff together. You can put it all together whatever you want to. If you're feeling comfortable doing electric boxes, like making plugs on cords, there's much not there. So you gotta take your time at it. Don't be in a hurry, because if you're in a hurry, you will forget to do something. I learned that in my lesson my first time. So making my homemade spindles was not my at first, but you can order. Go on Amazon. You can order homemade. You can get these spindles that's already pre-made. I got these smaller ones because they're good for if you got yarn. You got a big ball of yarn out here. You can wind it onto a little bit of yarn onto these, so you can have all different color yarn on these spindles. So yeah, let's do the second disc that goes to that spindle after I push it down more. And it does help if you have a hammer, so don't hit it too hard. You just need to I got a small hammer, so, and it works better if I had a small hammer. Sorry, sinus problem. But, you know, this is how you make your homemade spindles. Bringing my bucket around again, and grabbing off any of the burrs that was left over after taking a file and a sander to it. well, not a sander, but a drill, taking the disc and bolting it on the drill. So you go and use the same type of drill, the stepper bit, and you go, this time I'm going with 2 holes this time. And you flip it around. And also it does help if you do it the way I'm doing it. So if you guys wondering how I do this, it's not an easy task. It is scary at first when you got something new, like a drill bit you got, and you're not comfortable with it. A lot of wood shops will actually let, if you have them ask them to do this, they will do this at any hardware store. They probably would, probably not. I'm not guaranteeing. This is actually my first time ever doing this stuff. When I started getting back in my plastic canvas, I do make crosses out of yarn and plastic canvas with sewing needle and everything else. And my cross looks pretty good, and I'll have that will be probably in the 4th video. So I really don't know how that's going to work, but, and there we go. It's a little tight going on, but, and there we go. Spindle all put together. And yeah, this is probably strong enough to keep the yarn on, but at the same time you got to realize if you start putting more tension on the yarn, it's going to make these discs span outwards, so the disc will fall off the spindle. Just trust me on that. I've done it once and it was not an easy mess to clean up. So I would be a lesson learned. So you know, that's not the best thing I ever done. I would prefer plastic and better wood. Plastic is a lot easier to clean up than wood is. So I'll probably have a video making the holes in CDs for out of plastic or any wood. I would try to do it again with wood, but better cutting tool for it. So so I am gonna keep trying and see how you like my 2 videos I got posted. I got one that's posted. I was posted yesterday. After I post this one, this will be the 2nd video I have on my channel. So I'll show you where I put the. You got to make sure you got enough room on one side of the spindle so you can actually add a wheel or something to it. So you need 2 nails just to do this one. You do anything that will actually bend nails or anything. I got a pair of pliers and vice grips. Them are only tools I got in front of me or near me so I can bend these nails. So and don't bend these nails too tight because these nails will break at full tension. I broke one of these, like I broke 6 of these trying to do this job. And then when you get it through, there's a little hole like right there where my nail is pointing into. So you take that nail and you put it through there, and then you take a pair of pliers, whatever tool you got. You can actually bend these nails with anything. And there you go, you made a Z nail. It's not the best way to make a Z, but so hold on, let me get this other hole drilled out. I gotta mostly these nails will fit into a 3 and 32 with a dash in between them. So you go straight down So let me raise the back end so you can see what I'm doing. So you see where I'm going to try to make it straight down. It's best to do this way if you got the disc on there. So if you're taking your time, yes, on these cheaper drills, they don't like to hold on to the drill bits. So you gotta calculate that too. So let me get this out. Almost got it out. So there we go. Got the drill bit out. Now you take another nail. Let me find it because I misplaced it. Oh, never mind. So you take the other nail and you do the same thing you did on the first nail. It's not a rocket science. So you just bend it enough without breaking the nail, and in that hole you just drilled, you take the nail and push it through, and then you take the other side of the nail and literally do the same stunt I did on there. Does help if you got adjustable ones. See, look, I broke the nail and I gotta pull another nail out. So you pull out the first nail you broke the tip off of. After I pull another nail on my pill bottle, it's actually not a pill bottle, it's actually still a pill bottle, but it's filled with nails. So you redo the stunt all over again to refix the broken nail you broke, and then you gotta make a new one. Yes, it's possible you can do this so many times, and if you're a rookie at it, you'll have to learn your rookie mistakes. This is my way of doing stuff. If you got something else that's better to bend, like you can use a metal rod or something like that, you know, something small and something still strong enough. I'm just doing whatever I got tools at the house. I'm not a person that's a rich ass, so just to fair warn you. So, so that this CD spindle, now you can start winding yarn with this. I got a special little machine. I'll probably show you in the next video how I make these spindles wind up with yarn. I'll take another one of my spindles. I have yarn already on it, and I'm actually going to wind it onto one of these spindles after I make these spindles right here. So that'd be a lesson. This is the way I want to do it. You could do it any way, other way you want to make these spindles. You could do it out of all the different materials. That one video is going to take me a little bit longer to get done because I got to get all the parts I need for it offline. And I don't have the money right now to get the parts offline. So I hope you enjoy this video and have a great day.